Good morning, वड़क्कम, नमस्ते, अदावर्स, जो बोले सो निहाल, सत श्री अकाल, गंग लंग रंग यंग हंग ओम. So, yesterday we completed our dress on the philosophical view of creation, the world, and its relationship to the ultimate truth, to the universal soul, or to the universal primordial energy. The next important part of Gita is karma philosophy. Now, karma has been dealt with in many scriptures, and largely they are said to be of kriyaman or kriyashil, where the action is ongoing and its fruits are also concomitantly enjoyed in the life. Then there are sanchita. These actions, they get accumulated, and the cumulative actions, the result of these actions comes later. Part of sanchita becomes prarabdha. That is, those karmas which bind us from beyond, prarabdha, but it is the etymological derivation is that which binds from beyond. So it is being understood that they are the karmas, the fruits of which go beyond one lifetime. Prarabdha is also one of the components, subcomponents of the 25 elements of body, gross body. As per Sankhya Yoga, there are 16 components of Sthula Shrir, or the gross body, and 8 components of Sukshama Shrir, out of which one is Moola Prakriti. Moola Prakriti here is the fundamental nature of a human being. It is said to be made of vritti and prarabdha. Vritti is, as we had earlier also addressed, of 5 levels: Nidra, Smriti, Vikalpa, Viparya, and Niruddha. This vritti is the current nature, and prarabdha comes from, again, it is beyond. Now it is being understood as uh, beyond the life. If we look at the modern scientific view of human body, there are millions and millions of genetic traits coded on DNA, and they are called alleles, and they are manifested as genotype and phenotype, which form the basis of the persona of a person, or the mool prakriti of a person. This, if we try to correlate, Prarabdha can be also interpreted as those characteristics of the basic nature of a person which come from beyond the parents, because these are from previous lives. People, parents, grandparents, great grandparents, and so on and so forth. Many generations, they are accumulated, and you will see that one child may come out with certain physical and mental traits, and people say, oh, your great grandfather used to say like that. That is quite a radical one considering the Indian scriptures, but if we look at the Charvak philosophy, which we will address at the end of Gita, as an alternate philosophy, Charvak is an atheistic, non-believer of God philosophy, which questions the very fundamentals of these philosophies, and it says bhasmo asti dehe agni kuto punarjanmati. So in that context, when we consider the Charvak and Jivak philosophies, Charvak, the alternate or the non-believing philosophies, atheistic philosophies, we will come to that. Anyhow, the current situation, as in the current in Gita, now Mool Prakriti is very important. Why we picked up is that Mool Prakriti keeps on fluctuating in the gunas. Sometimes we behave in a very sattvika manner, sometimes in a very rajasic manner, and sometimes also as tamasic manner. Now, when it comes to behavior, sattvika means somebody who wills good of everyone, who acts in the larger interest of everyone around. Rajasika is one who believes in me and you, in rag and dvesh, and is totally drenched in the egoistic belief system. For one who is in Rajasika, or when we are in Rajasika guna, we are very selfish. And Tamsika is one When we lose initiative, we are lethargic. We are willing only to enjoy excessively indulging in excessive indulgences, even harming our own self, our own health. So, with this background, the Kriyashil, the Sanchita and Prarabdha, and then the Mool Prakriti, the gunas of the Prakriti. The Mool Prakriti consisting of Vritti and Prarabdha again. Prarabdha is also said to bring in sanskaras. What are sanskaras? If the word sanskar is looked upon or analyzed, it is when we say he, she are very sanskari people, we mean very civilized, socially conscious, very high on civic values, very fine in their social interaction. So when Prarabdha karma is also said to bring in sanskars, and sanskars are the component of our civilized life. There are said to be 16 sanskaras in human life, starting from Garbhadhanam, Punsavan, and so on till Antyeshti. We shall also address sanskars at another juncture. But it would be sufficient here to understand that the belief system, ancient belief system of India, in which these philosophies were propounded, meant or worked with the belief that even before birth, sanskaras have to be there. The word conception of English was well believed that a mother conceives a child with certain sanskaras, and it is at that point that selection of DNA starts. Modern psychology also believes that a child which is begotten with true love and with true desire of both the parents comes out to be much more genial than a child who comes in a family that did not want the child. So, Garbhadhanam was the first sanskar, which is important because that is the point where a ritual is entered. Both the parents, they make a sankalpa, a commitment that now we are ready for the child, and they pray, they performed a homa to Agni and all the devas. Basically, it prepared them mentally to harbor the responsibility, to fill the responsibility of next baby who's coming. So the home should be a welcome home to the baby who is coming. So then that means that such a child who has love and compassion will have a predominant sattvika vritti. Vritti where it is either either niruddha, that is neither for or above, no negativity. Niruddha means without deficiency and discrepancy. Or at the most will be viparya, that is intellectual, intellectualization. So, such person automatically will choose those karmas which are beneficial to everyone around. Now we'll take up the first shloka today. Uh, one of our listeners, subscribers, or attendants, my friends, has said I am going for a very longish sessions. I may, so we will try to be concise. Now, the first shloka for karma, which I have picked up, that has come to me. Nahi kaschid kshanam jato tishtati akarma krita. Nahi kaschid kshanam, nahi kaschid api kshanam jato tishtati akarma krita. Karayate sarvakarma hevashe prakritir jair gunah. It will be very what we have just discussed. It says there is not even a second kshana, kaschid kshanam api, not even a second, when a jatu, a jiv, somebody who has been born, can be without doing a karma. There is not even a second when a born person or born living being be without doing a karma, without doing an action. Now, why it says so is because karma is both at the three levels. It may be thought, it may be word, it may be action. It may be just an imaginary action. You imagine something negative for someone. That is also karma. You think about something of doing good to someone or doing bad to someone. That is also karma. You plan and strategize. You may not implement. You plan and strategize to cheat. It's a karma. There it is done in your mental plane. You plot. You dramatize. You want to cheat someone. So you create certain circumstances. It may not actually result in cheating of that person, against that person, yet it is done. Karma is done. So there is not even a second. When we walk out, we are walking, we are thinking, this will happen, then I will do this. If this goes on, I'll go do that. He should not do this to me. We imagine indulging with somebody. They all have effects. Now, how this is being done? Karayate sarva karma ye vishe Hyavashehe Praktirjair Gunaha. Now, in your Prakriti, the guna that is controlling at that time, Prakritir Guna. Prakriti Jair Guna. Jai, the one which is victorious or pervading or predominating. That guna, Sattva, Rajo, Tama. Under the control of that guna, all the karmas are done. All the karmas are executed. So, now in one line we see that whatever karmas we do, whatever karmas are happening, they are happening because of that particular guna that is pervading or predominating, dictating, presiding upon your personality on that particular in that particular time. Therefore, you will see that those who are already attained, achieved, even those people get swayed for the time being by certain setbacks. Many spiritual leaders you would have seen at times, they get weak because they are not yet, they have not yet come to control their own Prakriti, Mool Prakriti. Because a component of that is Prarabdha. But that does not mean that it is beyond our control. That just because it is Prarabdha, we cannot control it. It requires what we call Abhyas, Yoga Abhyas. As we will proceed, we will go on this path as to how we can control the presiding guna on our Mool Prakriti. And that is very important. That is very important. We get swayed. We all know. Modern psychology says at least 1% of the time in a day we become insane also. Now, if we are insane in one particular moment, what does that mean? It means that we are in that particular moment not rational in our thinking, not rational in our approach to what we are doing. And that irrationality is tamsika. So, today we close our session with this one sloka only. Tomorrow we shall see what is Satvika, Tamsika and Rajsika. Slightly we have touched. How does Gita define Satvika, Rajsika and Tamsika, action or doer? Who is Rajsik, Karta, who is... Yes, there are three components in Gita. That is, one is Karta, the doer. The other is the Sankalp. First thought. That's why we say thought, word and action. First you take Sankalp, one component. Then the means by which you do, and eventually what you do. These are the components of karma as per Gita. So that also we'll look at it, and we shall, in 2 or 3, or maybe it will take a little longer session, we shall address karma, and then we shall go on to the pathway. What is to be done? So, Om Tat Sad Iti Nirdeshah ब्रह्मणस्त्रिविधः संवृतः ब्राह्मणास्तेनपि वेदाश्च यज्ञाश्च विहिताः पुरा।